Okay, I would like to maybe close here with Emmanuel, asking you to speak briefly with something you said yesterday as we were talking about and you said something about understanding the language of the soil gives me a deep belonging and love. And I think this ties exactly into what you were saying, Bill, about, if we understood the language of water, how would we be different? And what is it to listen, whether that's to the soil or to the water or the trees or any of that? And Emmanuel, why don't you just, if you can just pick that up somewhere.
Thank you so much. And this came because I was, yesterday we were talking about how much connected I feel to you and Daddy, and especially this time where I know she's really fighting for this cancer. And I felt very much relief or strength when working with the soil, especially when putting my hands into the soil and listening deep to the soil. I feel my heart is opening even more wider, and I hear the communication of the soil communicating to me. And these communications that the soil is communicating to me gives me a sense of belonging, a sense of love, on how this can be felt. And I knew that this is the heart that connect with the other heart or connect with the life of the soil, and the communication can be done from heart to heart. And then also this can bring the people together. Though the communication might be different, how the soil communicates to me or how the soil will communicate to you might be different, but it brings the same results. It brings the same results. I say in the same results because I have experiencing the growing of children and how they have been before the joining of the Magarini Children's Center. And the more they put their hands into the soil, there is a sense of healing that is taking place in their growth. And if I ask them, how do you see, or how do you feel the soil? And then one said, I don't know, but I feel good and I feel like I want to hug it. Then I knew that one way or the other, soon she will be able to understand this language. And it is through this communication that we can restore our relation, our hope in terms of what is happening right now, in terms of drought, in terms of climate change or season change. This is a relationship that needs to reunite all of us. And it might not be even all of us, but those who feel they can come back and listen and open their hearts. And then with this communication for the soil, it brings the wholesome, I know wholeness, not wholesome, but the wholeness of being, because the brain, the brain, the soul, and the body, they are all one. But I feel myself, I have been going through a process of using my mind more than using my heart. And this now, when I start working with the soil, now it gives me an opportunity to feel how healing can take place in me, and also to create the same environment for others to have the same healing. And if I say the same healing, and healing to the soil, healing to the body, and healing to others, and creating peace is something that you cannot even imagine. But if you put into your hands, into the working, and it's not even meditating, but just feeling, and this feeling of the soil, and going even opening deeper your heart, then you allow this communication to take place. This can happen even with the trees. Sometimes I tell people that the trees can talk, they can say something to you, they can tell you something, and they have a language. And this language is something you learn through engaging yourself through with the soil, or even with the connect with the trees. And it's something that it comes natural. I feel sometimes nature is just within us, only that we need to embrace the language she speaks to us. And then we connect with her. And then our Mother Earth brings the totality of life and wholesomeness.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Yeah, it strikes me that in part, Emmanuel, what you're speaking to is what's offered to the children there as education is intimacy with the soil as a living presence and being. And Bill, that makes me wonder too, what if we, what we're missing culturally in part is that relationship with all of nature, but certainly that relationship with water.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point. I was thinking as Emmanuel was speaking that if you put your hands into parched soil, in other words, soil that doesn't support any growth, like a desert, which may have been fertile at one time but is not now, you probably don't get that same sense of life that you do when you put your hands into fertile soil. That's actually been enhanced with water.
Mm-hmm.
So, so basically, I think when you get right down to it, you need clean air. But perhaps the most important thing is you need clean water.
Yeah.
Because without clean water, you can't probably even live to breathe the clean air.
Yeah.
And without clean water, you don't have the ability to raise the food you need to live to breathe the clean air. So it's all connected for sure. I just think that what we're experiencing in real time is something that's going on actually beneath any words that describe it. It's just that something called water is actually teaching us, just like you're talking about, Emmanuel, putting your hands in the soil. Water's teaching us something, and we're not paying attention, although we're learning it.
Yeah.
We're not paying attention to the learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you are right, Bill. I think there was a time I was telling Larry that there is a continuous communication from nature.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what kind of methods or tools can be used, but all natural things that provides and makes life possible, they can communicate. It's only that we need to open our heart and feel and also pay all the attention, and then we can still again hear this communication. So you are right, Bill.
Yeah, I think what we miss is we are really a part of nature, yet we have a tendency to think that we're really a product of the mind. that we're different, and that's in that sense, which is really basically humanity's wrong turn. Just made a mistake.
Well, and that's part of, for me, what margarita represents is this turn back.
Yeah, it's ability to re-educate, but re-educate at the most fundamental level of dealing with children in a fundamental way, which is, I think, really important throughout the world, particularly as it relates to the United States and other developed countries to try to get back to it, but it's harder for them. So detached, you're in concrete buildings and everything else. So your exercise about going out and walking in the grass with your bare feet, there's a lot of people don't even have grass to walk in. So, so it's really something. Anyway, Larry, I'm going to have to exit.
Well, to pull it off here for all of us, but it's a good place to close here. Stephen Buhner has a beautiful book called A Language Older Than Words. And I think that's what we're speaking of here. And it's the language of the heart, and it is receptive. It's a beautiful book, Bill, by the way, if you check him out. I can send you a link if you like.
Yeah, please do.
Okay. Marjorie, I see you shaking your head too, so I'll share that.
Yeah. Send it by email, would you, Larry?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. All right. Deep appreciation to each of you, and for being here, and Emmanuel, Jessica. Love to all. Thank you. Have a great day, and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Goodbye, all.
Yeah.